Hey guys, it's Trailer Tuesday once again, and I've been having a lot of trouble finding decent trailers as of lately. I think because with a lot of the summer movies coming out soon and or now already, they're becoming a lot more scarce. So with those movies coming up, we're going to get a lot of trailers for movies later in the year or even next year. So it's been a little bit scarce as of late. But I'm going to take this opportunity to talk about a trailer and a film that's coming out actually in just about a week or so, week and a half, 2 weeks, that I'm a little bit more on the fence about. This film is Finding Dory. This is going to be the sequel to Finding Nemo, which came out in 2003. This was, of course, still made by Disney Pixar. But I have a lot of questions about this film, and I just wanted to talk about the trailer since I never really got an opportunity to do so. The story that's presented to us in Finding Dory's trailers is that Dory is searching for her parents. She wants to find out where she came from. Of course, if you've seen Finding Nemo, like 99% of the world, well, maybe not 99%, but a good portion, Dory has short-term memory loss, and they even reiterate that point in the trailer. But Dory has short-term memory loss, so she wants to find her parents, where she come from. There's something that happens where she gets separated from Marlin and Nemo, her new family, since at the end of the first film. So she gets separated from them, and she ends up in this animal sort of aquarium / hospital. And she meets a whole bunch of new characters. Whales, fish, you name it. There's all kinds of new characters in this film. This film confuses me a lot. I'm trying to remain as neutral as possible, but there are certain thoughts that I'm having throughout this film and this trailer that I'm going to talk to you guys about that are leaning me towards not being so sure about this film. But, let me express that to you, how I feel about it. So first off in the trailer, I think my favorite portion of the entire trailer is probably about the first 30 or so seconds. Now, it's really interesting because we don't really get to see Dory a whole lot during those 30 seconds, but the story that they sort of present to us is very interesting to me. I think it's the story that they should have gone with in this film. They sort of get to her later in the trailer and all that stuff, and to the idea of what's happening in this film, but it opens very interesting. It's a young Dory, not Ellen DeGeneres, but a young little version of Dory, like saying hello, looking for someone to help her because of her short-term memory loss. Apparently she's been separated from her family. We don't know by what means that may have been, like an attack or some separation, something similar that happened in Finding Nemo, where family got taken away maybe by like a fisherman or something like that. We don't know that yet. But it's very compelling because we see her in the next scene sort of talking to this, I don't really know fish that well, so I'm going to assume it's a whale of some kind. But it's basically asking her, where are you from, or things like that. And she doesn't know because of her short-term memory loss. This is the story that I think is the most compelling because I want to find out about young Dory. I want to find out how she got separated from her family. I know they're going to touch on that and explain it in the film, but not towards the end, which is going to be kind of disappointing. I think that we should find out how her life was before. Pixar likes to hit us right in the feels. The first 30 seconds hit me in the feels because I wanted to find out the innocent side of Dory, the scared Dory. I think it's a lot more relatable to find out what happened to Dory when she was growing up, how she grew up, the relationship she had, maybe the struggle she had because of her short-term memory loss. Like how did she more or less survive day to day? I think that's a much more compelling story than the rest of the trailer gives us. But that's maybe just my opinion. So essentially what's given to us for the rest of the trailer is that the plot of Finding Nemo, which was really frustrating for me. When I see it, Dory gets picked up by like fishermen in like a bag like Nemo was. and gets taken off into this pet or sort of aquarium hospital type of thing, wildlife animal preserve type of thing. And Nemo and Marlin this time go off to go and find her. Meanwhile, while she's in this aquarium hospital thing, she's meeting all kinds of animals. It's basically the bigger version of what happened to Nemo in the first film. Instead of being an aquarium with about 5 or 6 fish, she's somehow able to get around this entire habitat or animal hospital aquarium thing and meet whales, various fish, squids, octopus, all kinds of creatures, which it's just a larger scale version of Finding Nemo. I think they should have gone with a different story. I liked the story they presented to me at the beginning, the first 30 seconds. Innocent Dory, how she may have grown up, the mistakes she may have made, how she learned from them, if she learned from them because of her memory loss. But just making a bigger version of the same movie like 13 years later just isn't that much fun for me. I know we loved Dory in the first film, but I don't want to see the same movie again. I don't want to pay to go and watch Finding Nemo, but Dory. But I don't really understand why they made a sequel. I understand why they made a sequel, of course. Everybody wants that money, but because it's such a large property that's so popular, and it was still popular today somehow. It's very quotable. But it just wasn't compelling enough of a story to me. And then there's the other really big problem that I had with this trailer and what I'm going to have with this movie. In my mind, Disney and Pixar have done something really, really well. And that's take care of their characters. That's really study their characters and age them appropriately with time. Toy Story 1 to Toy Story 2 to Toy Story 3, Andy grew up. He got bigger, he went to college, he went to high school. Although he was more or less a minor character, time had passed. Things happened. And I think that's really important. Even when Monsters, Inc. did the throwback to Monsters University as their sequel/prequel, Mike was younger. He didn't quite have as dark of a skin. He was a lot brighter. He didn't have some of the blemishes on him. Sully was a lot more or less furrier. There were various differences between time passing. And Pixar does an amazing job at doing a younger or older version of these characters. They do an amazing job. But Finding Nemo, this movie takes place almost 13 years, to the day almost, I think, since Finding Nemo. Which, don't get me wrong, fish age, right? They may not age like most people, but turtles are 150. I learned that in the first film. So I know these animals should age. And what brings this point up is that Nemo looks to be the same exact age as he was in the first film. Maybe a year older, if that. That's something that really bothered me. Nemo hasn't grown up. What have these characters been doing, or has any time passed at all? Like I said, Pixar takes such great care in aging their characters appropriately, and it's something that I think is very important because the audience appreciates that. Kids who saw this film, I saw this film when I was 12 or 13. So seeing it when I'm 25, 26, going on 26, time has passed. Things have changed. I feel differently. I see things differently. And that's something that Pixar does really well. Now, I feel like they didn't take care of this, which not only brings up a concern for Finding Dory for me, but brings up a concern for one of my other favorite Disney Pixar properties, The Incredibles. When Incredibles 2 comes out, which is going to be in 2018, maybe 2019, I'm praying that time has passed. I want to see an older Dash. I want to see an older Violet. I want to see an older Jack Jack. I want to know what the hell Jack Jack's powers are. But I'm getting ahead of myself with the Incredibles thing. But my point is, time should have passed. That's something that they should take care of or at least address. I'm hoping they address it in some way. Maybe fish age really, really slow. I'm not sure. But it's something that I feel needs to be addressed. Otherwise, I'm going to be completely unhappy with this film. Now, guys, I'm trying to remain completely neutral about Finding Dory. I have a lot of hopes for it, But seeing these trailers kind of concerns me. There's certain aspects that concerns me. It looks like fun for kids, but Disney Pixar does a lot of fan service for their older fans. Not necessarily older fans, but ones who were there at the beginning films. And I think that's very important. So, being one of those people, this film, even though I'm trying to remain neutral, it kind of scares me a little bit. Just a little bit. But let me know what you guys think about this trailer. I'm going to leave the link for this trailer in the comments below, in the description box. So click it, watch it, maybe come back to this video and sort of comment down in the comments below what you think may happen, what you think, how Disney and Pixar may address this, if it concerns you, if you don't really care, if you're just a fan of wanting to see more Dory, let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Like always, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and especially share these videos. I want to get these videos shared. I want to see somebody sharing something out there. But like I said, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.